What a gorgeous morning.
Power Ranger. What's a teasel?
I don't know what it looks like.
And psych. Taste of the Irish countryside.
Okay, back to the plastering nightmares.
It's hot.
These are the queen cells, the ones that look pity.
Oh shit, that's hot. That's a really good steak.
It's like something you get in a restaurant. Good morning. Somebody wants their breakfast. Somebody's a sleepy. Somebody's a sleepy. But are they coming for a walkies? Are you going for a walk? Oh, by golly, we're very sleepy. Come on. We've got to get out. Yes. Let's go and feed the kitties. Kitties, come on. Stuffy, ready for a breakfast? Hello, Clem. Right, Roo? Ready for your walkies? Yeah? Come on in. What a gorgeous morning.
What's that?
White Ranger.
Power Ranger. That's it.
Off for our walkies. Could it be mine? Hello, Mrs. B. Teasels.
What?
Teasels.
What's a teasel?
I don't know what it looks like actually when
on
it's
steroids.
people dry them. They're really expensive.
Right.
It's done. There. Okay. That's good. Oh, that's one of mine. Look at them!
What?
Loads of them in it.
There, don't even get a piece of pollen on your sleeve.
They're in.
After Rooney's walk, she gets a little bit of ball. Can't find the ball, so she's getting a little bit of fish. Will it go this way? Will it go that way? One more? That's why you hid the fish. You found a better ball. And psych. And psych. And there we go. Whoa, whoa. Good job. We had white currants too.
Yeah, the birds might have had those.
Really? Leave that one to ripen. Oh, where's the cat gone? She's such a ninja.
The purple spuds.
I am master of disguise.
Where are they?
Down the bottom. There are a nice few. And some more tomorrow, I'd say.
Finish after falling in.
Rooney's having our private watering trough.
Probably,
Mike had this for the cows. There's a little ball cock at the back, so it's always full. So this is all you can drink buffet for Rooney. And look, she even has
Flavoured with
scented fuchsia.
the nectar, fuchsia nectar. Breakfast made. Here you go, honey. And your tea.
Oh, a tea as well. Let me check this out. Taste of the Irish countryside.
Okay, out to check hive 2. Inside, there's a few outside enjoying a bit of sun. I don't check these every day. It's been about 6 days now, but I have been feeding them and they have no syrup left, so I am going to get them some more syrup to replenish that. So I'm just going to make up this syrup now so that by the time I come back from the other lot it'll be cool enough to take out. Leave that alone. That can be cooling, and when we come back I'll drop it out. This hive are pretty good. What I'm waiting to happen here is I have put in a frame of brood, which is this frame from my other hive, so that they can create their own queen, because we don't have a queen in this because she fell out and she's ended up in my other hive. These are the queen cells, the ones that look like sort of peanuts. So we've got 1, 2, 3. And on this side, 4, 5. So we've 5. I'm going to leave them alone till sort of early next week before I decide which one to choose, because I need to dispatch the others, otherwise we'll have war in the house. Okay, just back from the market, and oh my, look at this. This is looking very professional.
Business time, baby.
Business time.
Next video, let's get it done.
Bit of a surprise for you all.
Yeah, the surprise being that I'm using my dive torch and a piece of printer paper to set up a light. If someone would like to sponsor us for a light, I suppose, you know those round circly selfie lights that all the influencers have on YouTube?
Oh, I don't know, this looks pretty good.
That's about to burn the paper. You feel how hot it is?
Okay, back to the plastering nightmares. This is the plastering of nightmares. So, just to have a quick look here. Look at that for a bandage and a half. I feel if I knew anything about, and this one I started and I had to leave it alone because if you put too much weight it just falls down, but the scrim tape is an absolute joy to work with because it just holds it all up. And there's another another lovely bandage. So the brown stuff can go on first and fill up all the nice craters, and then afterwards I'll come along and go along with the white stuff and fill it, or just smooth it out. Clean my mixer, and then I've got loads to get going with. Okay, I stopped filming the spray foam because I put it up the first time, it fell down. I put it up, but I tried to anchor it just to the sides of behind the plasterboard. It fell down again. So it was just ended up being an absolute mess on the floor. It was all over my hands, which is not good, and I should have gloves on, but it just sort of wrecked my head a bit. Anyway, in the end, I managed to get that done, and I can cut away the pieces now, hopefully, scrim over it, and we should be okay.
Good morning, folks, from a lethargic and sore Monday morning. Saturday, I managed to get my jobs done on the boat. I started at about 10 in the morning, I finished at about 10 o'clock at night. There was a lot to do, and I don't think I got them all done, but 10 o'clock at night we got the boat hitched up and ready to go. There was a fair on in Skull actually on Sunday, so we launched at about 8 AM. So we're out of Farmhouse at 7 AM. It was a long time since we were up that early, let me tell you. And we had a great day out in the water. It was amazing. Caught loads of fish, visited some private islands, had some beautiful sandy beaches, but primarily we're just trying to run in the engine, so it has to be operated like the first hour at idle, the second hour at 2000 RPMs or something. So it's going to take us a few days to get the speed up and running, and then we'll proper explore. But yeah, it was just a full-on hectic few days. Compromise is there's a few jobs that has to be done on this boat trailer. This keel roller is in a very bad way, has to be removed. Rust has to be rubbed off, and I need to look at mounting, putting some sort of a mount there for the keel roller to replace it. But the big thing is, it's very difficult to get the boat off the back of this. The swinging bar works fine, but these are meant to tilt. You can kind of see it, they're meant to tilt. And these rubber things are meant to roll. But some of them, like this, is quite stiff. That's stiff. And it just doesn't roll actually. So we must do a job on them. I have new polyprop ones, they're these blue ones. I think I'm going to try and take some of these off, put the blue ones back on. I just brought this up here just to hose it out. It got very wet in the launch yesterday. And at some point I'd like to get all of these trailers and all their bits and pieces back down into the yard, because I haven't really been able to cut the grass here for a very long time. Random scallop shells. So caravan's gone. There's a lot of gardening, there's a lot of cutting we have to do here. So I need boat trailers down into the yard. However, there's a problem with the yard in that we haven't really been able to find the time to clean up some of the mess that was left in the yard. We have cleaned up the entrance, so we have a lot of stones on one side. I think I'll be able to get it in. I might have to push these back. They all need to be mulched. Everything here needs to be mulched. These need to be mulched, but I think I need to chainsaw off a few logs off this first. All of this stuff to be mulched, I'm just going to place over there out of sight for the minute. The tree surgeons very kindly put a pile of wood here which has to be chainsawed for logs, so I think I'll do that as well today. And then with this chainsawed, with that mulched, with the back pushed in, I should be able to get, oh, I'll have to cut these as well. I should be able to get access to get the trailer in here. And when the trailer's in here, I should be able to make an attempt to change those wheels and the rollers and just get it up to tip-top condition. And then we have a few more months before we need to use the boat trailer to get the boat out of the water. But it'll mean that our garden will be free again and we'll be able to start to cut the grass. So there's a lot of tidying up. So not house related today, but we're still on our holidays, but we got to do a little bit of work. So I'm going to get cracking on this. I'll set the time lapse and you can have a look at what's happening. I'll be getting the digger and the chainsaw today. Fun, fun, fun. I don't know where you guys fell off, but I ran out of petrol, so I had to stop cutting. So I was just putting the wood at the side. I'd say I did about 1/5 of the wood I managed to cut. The rest I just piled up here. But I have enough space now, hopefully, to get the boat trailer in. Just tidied it up a little bit, swept it up. It's hot. I've already sprayed them with WD-40. Let's try this. It's better. Huh, I wonder if I just loosen them, would that work? Wow, look at that. Could this all be this easy? Right. These are very straightforward. They just plop over the top. Really means business. Now I have new ones, but I gave these a bit of a clean and they kind of look okay. So I think I'm just going to keep them. Put the original split pins in. The reason why I'm doing that is these parts of the roller are the ones that go into the water every time. Ideally, the rest of it stays out. So anything we're going to put on this is really going to be sacrificial. Pop these on. There's a little bit of a size difference, but hopefully they're alright. Oh geez lads, the heat. Uno, dos, tres, catorce, cinco. Really? Like, what the hell are you doing up there? I replaced the rollers at the bottom. I replaced the keel rollers. I have this keel roller raised to where it was originally. I suspect that's too high. I'll change it later. I ended up not needing to change these bolts. I just loosened them. They seemed fine. Rollers are working swell. There's a little bit of a spacing issue. I'm not sure if this is a big deal. Tightened up the brake, which was a bit loose. Looking at this keel roller here, it seems a little bit to the left, so maybe I'll have to straighten that up. For the time being, I'm done with non-house related stuff. It was a grand week off we had. We got loads of beach time, we got loads of family time, loads of water time. Nice break from renovation. I need to do a few jobs, replace these. I need to replace that, what's called jockey. But I can do that anytime over the next few months. Tomorrow I'm editing, and the day after I'm back plumbing. And I can't wait. Catch you later.
It's time for a bit of garden catch up. These are not looking good. Blight has hit hard. So I'm going to take them all back down to the soil and with the hope that it doesn't enter into the tubers. These ones might be okay. These probably haven't been fully formed yet, so we may not have anything from this, I'd say. Now, just having a quick check in here. Finally, we are seeing some red tomatoes amongst this masses of green. This is good. Yeah, they're looking good now already. So I must feed them, but I've just run out of tomato feed, so we will have to leave that till tomorrow's job. So right now I'm going to pick some purple potatoes for tonight's dinner. Starting to be affected by blight as well, but it's okay because we have fine big potatoes in here, so I'm not too concerned. What do you think, Roo? Get some spuds. Oh, look. Oh, to be super. No, you don't eat potatoes like this. No, they're for dinner. Just update on the main crop potatoes. I have taken all of them out in this row. I'll leave them now for maybe a fortnight, maybe not quite a fortnight, and then I'll see what I have. I don't think these are going to come to anything. I've taken out the majority of those. There's a few stragglers down the bottom, but I don't think we're going to get anything major here. Pity, 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 pity. But we had 2 rows of really, really successful earlies, so I don't feel too bad about it. So that's kind of most of the gardening today. Rob's doing a super job at mowing at the moment. We haven't mowed for a while, and every time we wanted to, it was sort of wet. So yeah, it's been a funny sort of a week really.
Grass cut. Time for an afternoon tea.
Nice. Just needs to be raised. It's gotten a bit cloudy.
A few stingrays.
Sun rays.
Sunshine. The sun's up there, behind the clouds. You can get burnt through the clouds if you're a factor of 50 on.
Yeah.
Oh, the safety Crocs. Hey folks, welcome back to another exciting kitchen cook-up. To kind of celebrate the end of what's really a week off renovation. This is the first kind of a break we've had in a year, so we're going to have something nice to finish off. We spent a lot of time on the water the last 4 or 5 days. We spent a lot of time eating fish, catching and eating fish, so we are going to have a wholesome red meat dinner tonight. Blakely Anderson, I think that's correct, has suggested that we do a tomahawk steak, and I think that's a wonderful idea. Claire went into a local butcher and got 2 tomahawk steaks from, I want to say they're closer to the Macroom direction, these cow. So pretty local. We're going to have with that, I'm going to try our purple rain potatoes. I'm going to try them as chips. Haven't done that yet. I like a little bit of sauteed onion and pepper with the steak. Claire likes mushroom generally. I'm going to add them to the steak. And here's our tomahawk, nicely at room temperature. They're a bit thin for my liking. Not because I like a big thick steak, I do actually, but I find that I like a good char on the outside of the steak. But if I char something this thin, this is 2 by the way, this isn't 1, this is 2 tomahawk steaks. If I char something that thin, it'll be very well done. So I'm going to cook it on the barbecue, get a really hot heat and whack this bad boy down. The thing that's going to take the most time is the chips, so I am going to prepare them and bang them in the oven. Show you what I'm going to do. First we give them a wash. Lovely. Nice. This is a multivitamin drink. Feeling a bit run down. Not sick, it's a bit lethargic. What I want to do with these is make them decent sized cubes. So something like that. I want it halfway to being a roast potato and a chip, and I think they will be very nice. Not a huge fan of French fries. I love roast potato. Right, this is what we end up with. Looking nice. If we were doing this properly, we'd actually wash them a little bit and soak them, get the starch out. But we're in a rush, not just because it's late, but actually it's dark and we don't have electricity in the house yet, so we're gonna run out of light and you won't see what I'm doing. I'm gonna get some fancy olive oil, give it a very healthy drink. These guys are thirsty being in the ground all day. We're gonna hit this with a little bit of paprika, actually a lot. And we're gonna hit it with a little bit of our barbecue smoky pepper. This is just a really nice all-around seasoning. If you can find a mix that has all the ingredients, I won't list them all, but there's everything in here. Then it saves going through everything. We're just gonna give this a bit of a toss around. Make sure every little poppy has a bit of the secret sauce. Then we're just gonna pop this in the oven. Right, same sort of a deal. Let's clean off these little red onions. Alright guys, there's not a lot actually here, so just want to slice these very finely. If these were bigger, they'd be kind of like onion rings, but they're only teeny, so it's actually getting dark. I'm gonna have to start these cook-ups a little bit earlier, I think. Cool. Onions go in here. If you're putting this on a barbecue, you don't need a tray, just a little tin foil like that. Chuck them on the barbecue, they'll cook away lovely. I'm just gonna put them in the oven because we have that oven now. Same thing. Generous bit of olive oil. A little bit of seasoning, and we're good. What I'm gonna do now, I just have a little bit of red pepper left over. I want it the same size as that actually. So I'm just gonna fry little shreds. And this is going to look only divine on top of the steak when it comes out. Still thinking about sauce. Old classic, maybe a bit of garlic butter. I don't know. Pepper sauce could do. Just give them a little bit of a mix up. That's all you want. That's going into the oven as well. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm not really into mushrooms. Claire tells me she would prefer them to meat. My daughter bought these mushrooms last week, baby button mushrooms. She hasn't eaten them. She's gone to Dingo for the week. I'm gonna use some of them, save the rest. Same thing, however, Claire has told me that she doesn't like a lot of flavor on these, so we're just gonna use some sea salt. And that's that. Mix that up. Lovely. I'm not sure we'll do another side. There's not really vegetables with this. I'll have a think if we've anything decent from the garden to try. We're gonna let that cook for about 20 minutes and then I'm gonna whack on the tomahawk. I'll bring you back then.
Onions and mushrooms.
So we're about 20 minutes into our potato cook. There's about 20 minutes left. It's perfect time for steak. 10 minutes to cook this in the barbecue, 10 minutes to let it rest. Perfect time for dinner. This is tomahawk steak. You have to ask her for your butcher, which is quite nice to go in and chat to the butcher and get to know them. You kind of lose that with supermarkets, butchers and greengrocers and fishmongers, which are becoming harder and harder to find. For this steak, all I do, I just kind of missed you there in the camera, use an unscented olive oil, throw in a load of our sea salt and really horse in the black pepper. Doesn't really need much more than that. I'll get my hands dirty now. We just want to rub this all in. I use the back of one to do the back of the other. Mix it all up. That looks pretty damn good. Right. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna get the barbecue going. The barbecue. This barbecue has a hot burner and it has two medium burners, so I want the temperature to get up really high. So I'm gonna get the hot going. I'm also gonna get both mediums going. I want it super hot. This is a really cool thing from Charboil. It's a kind of a plastic or a silicone. The metal just removes the bits. The silicone bristle just cleans it. I used to live in Dubai and there was a health warning over there about using the metal brushes. Apparently the metal brushes can get stuck in some of the old meat or fat or whatever is burnt there. And then you can ingest it, and they have something like 3 cases every single day in Dubai of people getting x-rays for bits of metal stuck in their stomach. So if you can pick up one of these plastic brushes, I think they're brilliant. Okay, let's watch that temperature and we come back in a few minutes. Hey folks, here we can see, can you see that? The temperature is over 200 anyway. This is plenty. Woo. So this is the hot one. I want to cook them predominantly here, so I'll turn these off in a minute. So I'm gonna get that sizzling. I'm gonna turn this, no, I'm gonna keep it up actually. Actually, I'll keep it all. I want a lot of heat. I'll check back in a minute. Oh shit, that's hot. Maybe a bit too hot, guys. I might turn that down. Why didn't you tell me? In this episode of How to Ruin a Good Tomahawk, it looks great. Look at that. Wow. Turn off those sides. I don't think these are going to take long to cook at all. But oddly, that's what you want. I find you can get, where are you? I find you can get a barbecue hot, and then as soon as you open it, put the food on, the temperature just goes down completely. So it's kind of cool to see it's keeping the heat, because even now, it's still kind of around the 200 mark. Probably got up to 300. Oh man. We didn't even have lunch again today. Busy, busy, busy. What do we have for breakfast? Oh, we collected some berries. Berries and cherries, as Wild Homestead would say. Where I reckon this is pretty fucking done. Look at that. The thickness of it. It's so thin. I'd say we're looking at about 10 minutes to let this cool down. A little bit charry, not too bad. Fresh H2O from our well. Can't beat it. Whoa! Some serious heatage. So I was just talking to you and I didn't realize you had turned yourself off. The potatoes have come out. They are absolutely perfect. Here, have a look at this, folks. Now, it's not quite a chip. It's not quite a roast potato. It's some magical mix in the middle. Mushrooms are done perfect if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not really. Onions and the peppers are a little bit underdone. If I had them on the barbecue, they'd have more char, but it's not the end of the world. But the main thing is this cool little pepper sauce I made up. Look at that. Fucking hell. It's just butter, a lot of butter, you know how we cook. Butter, a little bit of onions, just one of those ones Claire got, a clove of garlic, and peppercorns, and you kind of saute them all together. You want to cook the peppercorns or cook the pepper at the very beginning. And then basically just add some lemon and double cream. It makes an amazing peppercorn sauce. Boom. I'd say we're ready to plate up. Oh, one more thing. When you, if I'm doing this on the barbecue, I let the meat rest for 10 minutes and a lot of juices come out, but I'll kind of rest the meat like this on top of the onions, because you get some lovely juice from the bottom of it, and that juice has got all the seasoning and all the beef flavor, and you want to get that in with your veg. It makes them very happy to be alive. All right, you want a bit of everything, Claire? Okay, let's get some of our Purple Rain chips. I actually have a chicken Kiev going for Ash in the fridge. He's not a huge fan of steak, but he does love chicken Kiev. You give a little bit of the onions, because most of them are going to me. And I suppose you could say all of the mushrooms are going to Claire. Let's get a little bit of this pepper sauce. Boom. You want it swimming in the sauce. Jesus. There's yours, Claire.
How did I manage to get such a massive plate? I've got mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yeah. I would say, folks, make sure you have a really nice steak knife. These are, he doesn't sponsor it, funnily. These are Jamie Oliver. Eating steak properly, cutting it correctly, I think it just makes it lovely, and have a nice fork. It kind of makes steak knife all the better. My mouth is watering now, I'm so hungry. What are we gonna go for first? Right, I've already had some today though, so I'm gonna try some with the pepper sauce. The lemon and the pepper sauce, who would have thought it? Unbelievable. Steak's a bit thin, maybe a little bit overdone. That's a really good steak.
It's like something you get in a restaurant.
Yeah, I think this is
Oh, shitballs.
West Fork restaurant.
Mushrooms
Throw a little-
are amazing with it.
Throw a little bit of onion on this.
Steak is good, isn't it? Thanks to, I don't know if it's Coughlin's or Collins in Bantry, but anyway, they're very well known there. And an amazing selection of meat.
It's great to get a personable service, isn't it? Not just from supermarket.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
Oh my
I
god.
just want to sit down now and eat the rest of this without you all googling me.
You always say that to them. I'm really happy to keep this conversation. Pull up a chair, grab a bottle of beer, glass of wine. Join us for our munch. Okay, better not.
Yes. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the cold feast. Thank you for the super thanks. Thank you for the thanks. Thank you for the... thank you for the...
Yawn. Thanks for everything, folks.
Thanks for everything. And... Slán go fóill.
Good of me, Mahagat. Catch you next time. Ta-ra. Bye-bye. Yum. That's too big. That's what she said.